Am I Mac or you, Jack?
I'm Jack. You're a Mac.
Jack, it's good to see you.
Good to see you again, Mac.
How long's it been?
Probably, I don't know, a couple of months, years.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore.
Me neither.
I just get nightmares.
Yeah. I write in my diary a lot.
Oh, yeah?
Can't shake it, Jack. Mac, Jack.
What can't you shake?
Can't shake this case.
But we're off the case. We're not CSI anymore. We can't go back to that life.
I know, Jack.
I got myself a boat. My wife and I were gonna go to the CSI Caribbean.
I was 3 days to retirement.
So was that monkey.
Oh, that poor little monkey face.
I know, but I'm off the case. I'm going to the bathroom.
No.
Wait, what?
Just go.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Hey, hello, mister.
Who are you?
I'm Johnny.
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
I'm Johnny the toilet boy.
What about it?
You just look pretty down, mister.
I'm pretty sad, yeah.
Why so, sir?
Well, I was an officer of the law, and my partner out there, he comes back and tells me we need to go back and finish a case. But I'm not sticking together anymore. I need to retire.
Oh, I get it, sir. Those things that just clasp at you and you can't let them go. But
yeah.
you've got to remember one thing.
What's that?
You always got to stick together. Friends stick together. I wish I had a friend, sir.
Thanks, Jimmy Jim.
It's all right.
Here's your money.
Do you like a spritz of
No, thank you.
Right.
I don't want to give you anything.
All right.
Hey, Mac.
What is it?
I've had a change of heart. I'm back.
Mac and Jack are back.
Let's shake a few trees.
Whoa! Won't get fooled again!
Or you could just put the one in.
Well, I don't know.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
Why have they taken Caragor? What is their plan?
They're taking him to the tyrant.
We're a thorn in the side of the Whispering Tyrant.
One does not just walk into the Isle of Terror.
The most likely route that they would have taken would be to follow the main trade route north.
I see you come to our sad village.
The passe just a day ago. A giant followed them, monsieur.
Welcome to sleep on the floor of the supermarché and avail yourselves of any of the shopping opportunities within.
Well, that is brilliant.
The adventure continues now.
We are rolling.
Yeah.
Those gnomish days, where have they gone? The days are short, the nights are long. Hello, everyone, and welcome to that.
So beautiful.
That was delightful, Dan. So I learned something. I learned something new about Shani's Void.
What'd you learn?
We learned. Well, Dan, do you want to explain to the listeners what happened to Shani's Void, the bag of holding?
So you've got a bag, Shani's Void, the bag of holding, the characterful bag of holding that's the characterful bag of holding that you've had for a while that has its own name. You only started using it very recently. Shani had that bag years ago, like back in, I think it was back in Master of the Living God she found that bag of holding. Initially, my plan was that it was going to be a cursed item. It was going to be a cursed bag of holding. And it would be hilarious the first time you put something into it, because there is a very, very good cursed item in Pathfinder called the Bag of Weasels. And you put things in it, you pull it out, you might get the thing you want, you might get a weasel. A weasel specifically with no loyalty. And I was like, I want to give Shania disloyal weasels. That's going to be funny. And so I kind of had this, and I had a little note about it. And then the days went by, and the weeks went by, and the months went by, and like a year went by, and you never used the bag of holding. Like, just completely forgot that you had a second bag of holding. And it's only in the last like few weeks that you've been like, oh yeah, I'm going to put some stuff in the bag of holding. And by that point, it was so far away from the point that you got it, that I was just like, there's no narrative way to make this joke work, to make this weasel thing like make sense now. And it was right in the middle of like when we're in the middle of a bunch of other story, and I'm just like, it's just not going to work now. Like,
take a lot of explaining, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you basically outlived the joke.
So all the weasels are dead.
Yeah, the weasels just died in the time. It took so long. The weasel all passed away.
I mean, I guess at some point, you know, I might take out a dead weasel and go, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But, yeah. Oh, well, I mean, like, I'm gutted. I'm going to be honest, Dan. I'm gutted, and I've got no one but myself to blame because I was not quick enough on the mark to enjoy the wonderful joke.
Well, I mean, it's a terrible item, really. It's really
yeah, I know. It would have been really frustrating.
Ruin the day. But I bet you that there was I bet you the first time you used it, I can't remember exactly when it was that I decided, okay, let's make it a bag of holding, but I bet it was in the middle of like a really fucking life and death fight when you know those fights that are like so tough that it gets almost a little bit tense around the table.
Yeah.
It's just like, and I was like, there was this point where I'm like, if I turn their healing potion into a weasel at this point, I think our friendship might be over.
Yeah, if Caragor dies because we pulled out a weasel, it's a little bit
because of a stupid joke from a year ago. I was like, that won't be fun. But you got a few things. You've got. We've been looking at bags, Dangerlings. We've been googling bags of famous bags of Pathfinder to see things, because you guys have got a lot of gold to spend.
A lot of gold, yeah.
You've we've sort of said you've got up and you've sold a bunch of stuff to all of the gnomes, and made a bunch of gold from it. So you hadn't really been shopping for forever.
Do you know what? Those gnomes have had a real topsy-turvy time, haven't they? First of all, this evil group of us comes through their village and slaughters loads of them, and then we come through and sell them a bunch of shit. You know.
You just destroyed their economy now to go.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, first we will take your lives, and then we will take your economy. Good luck selling this shit, you supermarché.
Everyone in the town is now carrying a +1 striking battle axe.
They can't use those, man.
It's very much the sort of like computer game role-playing method, isn't it? We can just go to any shopkeeper and be like, here, buy these broken chairs and this axe and this thing, and they're like, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm a vegetable seller, really, but all right, I'll just buy your battle axes.
I used to love it in like, was it Morrowind? I think you could, like, if you were really good, you could sneak upstairs in the shop, like steal all of the plates, and then go downstairs and sell them to the shopkeeper.
Yeah.
Sell him his own
Amazing.
stuff.
Yeah.
They would. I love the thing in that game that the shopkeepers would equip whenever you sold them something. If it was better than what they already had, they'd equip it. So they gradually, there was an algorithm that basically said any NPC will put on the best thing that it finds in its inventory. And so as you kept going back, you get these shopkeepers dressed in like this demon armor behind the thing. They're like, hello there, friend. Wearing all this shit.
Just casually standing behind my counter here in this plate armor.
Did I ever tell you about the exploding hat that you could make on those games? I think it was on Oblivion. You could make it. You could enchant items with spells, and so you could take a hat and you could enchant it with a fireball spell, and the trigger would be constant. And then what you could do is you could go and pickpocket somebody, and you could sneak it put it in their inventory while they were asleep. So you'd slip this hat into their pocket, and then they would the character would get up, and the script for the NPC would be like, look through your inventory, put on all your most powerful equipment, and the person would like get up, go put the hat on, and just explode.
Because you could break quests with that one, couldn't you? Because Skyrim always warns you because of the stupid mods, and it's just sort of like, are you sure? Are you sure? This will break something. Or it's just like,
I never finished Morrowind because I just needed somewhere to sleep, and I walked into a random house, and I was like, I'm really tired, I want to get my spells back. And this guy's like, why are you in my house? So I stabbed him and went to sleep in his bed. And then got up and went to go and get the next quest. And they're like, go and talk to Jimmy at the docks. And I went to Jimmy's house, and it was the dude I'd stabbed. And he's like the guy with the next bit of the main story. And so the game's like, you can now no longer complete the story. Please reload your game.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, for God's sake.
Yeah, forget that.
Nope.
That's too long.
It's the old fetch and carries as well. Endless. Go here. Get this. Bring it back to me. And then you go there and bring it back. Okay. Now go back to the same place and fetch something else. You're like, no, fuck off.
Can you just tell me to get everything at once?
What do you need from that place? And I will get it all, and then I will come back and give it to you. Like, I'm so bored of travelling there.
No. Only go and get one thing.
Yes. Oh, I just remembered.
Which it's frustrating in the Elder Scrolls game, because if you've ever done any of the missions, they have a very efficient postal service. Like, that courier will find you on top of a mountain to be like, I've got some news for you.
Yeah. It was the same in Skyrim. Yeah. Like, it was always like, in the mountains, you'd be like, here's your note. You're like, wow. Yeah.
It was because if you if you become really close friends with an NPC, they put you in their will, and then if they die, you get a bit of gold as an inheritance. So you might just this guy will just find you in the middle of nowhere and just oh, I'm sorry to hear, and you get a letter and it's like your dear friend Grognar has died. Here is he's left you the value of his estate, which is 10 gold pieces. And it's in the letter with you. But sometimes you're just like, the fuck did Grognar die? He's on the other side of the map, and I'm doing a quest here. He must have the game just decided that this dude just walked off a cliff at some point. And sometimes it could be quick enough that you'd befriend someone, walk off round the corner and just see them being savaged by wolves, and a minute later the guy would come over and be like, I'm sorry to tell you that Jimmy died, but he left you in his will. This guy was writing his will out as you walked away and a wolf ate him.
Just as he's being savaged by wolves, he's like, and I leave my final two. Get this to them.
So you've got some stuff. You've managed to sell a bunch of your junk, loads of gold bracelets and silver necklaces and ivory chess pieces. You sold the slitherbound stones that caused all of this stuff. Remember the magical stones that originally carried the slithering?
Oh yeah.
You have Velda, you had a chance to thoroughly check them over. They are totally inert now. They're just gemstones. They were a one-use item.
Thank God.
We definitely checked that before we sold them.
Oh yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you for saving the city.
More misfortune for la village.
Do you know what? I just quietly pretend I hadn't seen it and walk off. I'd be like, do you know what, you guys? No.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that again. No, I'm not doing that again.
I've had enough of these things. I was reading Lost Emma's Mwangi Expanse, not to give us too much of a tangent, but the book about the Mwangi Expanse, and it's got a section on Kibwe, which is set after the slithering, and so it kind of has a wrap-up of it assumes the slithering has been completed in it, and it talks about some people who live in Kibwe now who have, they're called oozemorphs, so they are people who are part person, part ooze.
Nice.
You mean like Boris Johnson?
They're like people where the curse got stopped when they were halfway through turning, so they're slightly slimy, and they're they're just kind of around now, and people have to figure out what to do with these guys.
Can they sort of sizzle through shit if they touch it, or
they've got all sorts of weird stuff. You can play one. It has got rules for there's an archetype called Oozemorph that if you wanted to take it, you could be you could have some ooze powers, and it makes things it makes you harder to get critical hits on and things because your organs are slimy, so it's hard to know how to withstand it. Slimy organs.
Not accepted by humans or slimes.
He walks my half slime.
Yeah. I can't live with slimes. I can't live with humans. People just don't accept me, and it's really sad.
Product of an unholy communion between a man and a blob. And
you're like that guy from, is it X-Men 2? Is it X-Men 2? The guy that like squeezes through those bars.
Oh yeah.
No, it's the first one. That's the first one.
No,
when they try and change the like governor guy who's against all the mutants. They try and mutate him using a machine, right? And turn him into what he hates or whatever.
And eventually he just goes flish.
But his cells give up.
Yeah. Just in the hospital waiting for the baby to be delivered. And there's a sound of crying, and the doctor just holds up a slime child. And the husband's just like, Nigel!
Obviously, it's got information about Dr. Legs and all that in that slivering and stuff.
It's all canon. Dr. Legs is absolutely not made up.
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Legs. So you're in a supermarket. You're in a gnomish supermarket, having sold a load of your stuff. So you've not just killed everyone in this town with your evil characters. You've now bankrupted them with your good characters.
Yeah, sounds good.
Nice.
And do you know what? I found this incredibly specific gnomish music so relaxing when I was trying to sleep. I'm so enjoying listening to this music. I really feel it should be.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up again.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it's playing as we speak. Yeah. It's incredibly gnomish.
I'm sure the person that found it to play in this shop had a really nice time trying to find this music.
Oh, I'm sure they did. Yeah.
The thing that I find remarkable is that it's not the same music that we had in Dark Michael's shop, because that would obviously been the easy thing to do, but it's actually
it's not even that one, is it?
However is it? It's not even the same music as the last episode because it's another track totally moved on. It's incredible. 2 tracks of incredibly specific gnomish music.
I can cut anything I want.
We're terrible people. We're dreadful. So You've picked up a few things, you've bought a few bits and pieces. To save this becoming a shopping episode, as much as we love a bit of a shopping episode, we are going to do a little bit of the shopping off air, and so you might find some items pop up as we go along and appear. So if Shania suddenly starts pulling weasels out of her pocket, you know what happened there. But you sell a few things to René Lagré and his 17 children. They are there just bagging things up for you. Here you go, monsieur. And handing you all of your stuff. And you get a load more gold that you sell. So you are laden down with treasure. You are laden down with cash now, having done this. And it is the morning. You get up. You have a wonderful petit déjeuner with the gnomes and
croissants. Almond croissant. I've got a hankering for an almond croissant all day. It's been in my mind.
Yeah, you get an almond croissant, a selection of jams, lots of bread. There are there's little Melba toast, little toasts that are really crunchy. You know those. Get some of them. Did anyone else do I know we're not on the Pramwell anymore, but did anyone else do a French breakfast thing at school? Do you have a thing where everyone brings in like French food and you have breakfast and but you have to speak French? It's part of a French class, and everyone brings in like some French stuff and you all eat croissants.
No.
What school did you go to?
I know,
because I did it. I did it twice.
They had houses. They had like.
Colin Bailey had a schoolmate. He was literally a couple of mobiles and a burnt out bus shelter. Yeah. That's what Colin.
That's what my school was about. A school of hard knocks. Yeah.
Jesus. Just cold.
I just grew up in such a weird bit of Kent.
Yeah, it's all changed now. It's all gentrified.
Possibly. I think I can't remember, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Outrageous.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we all brought in some of those like sweet, those bag of sweet kind of like sponges. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
The are supposedly French. I seem to remember there was a bag of those in a class once.
Yeah.
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 At the bus shelter.
Vaguely rings a bell. Yeah. We all sat round the bus shelter.
Having your French breakfast.
Say bonjour and I'll give you one of these.
Now give me your lunch money.
Oh, Philippe's just got a fistful of Madelines and a trolley full of booze, trolley full of off-brand beers that he's picked up. As you ready yourself to begin your journey onwards, the one thing they're not able to furnish you with are any horses, as mentioned in the last episode. They only have tiny horses.
Tiny
Now, do you know? Excuse me, gnomes. Do you know any places we could get some big size horses?
You will find it to get horses in the jungle.
Oh yeah, of course we're in the jungle, aren't we? Do you know if tigers can be ridden?
My uncle Jean-Claude, he once rode a tiger.
Did he survive?
How did that go?
No, he died from unrelated tiger bites. Although there are some that say that the tiger bites were in fact related, and that in fact the tiger bore a grudge against Jean-Claude for the time that he rode it, and returned 5 years later when he was sitting at home smoking on his pap to nibble at him in his chair on revenge.
So it's probably not wise to ride a tiger then, is it?
No, it's probably a bad idea.
Right, what's the best thing to ride in a jungle?
Dinosaurs.
I know, yes. Well, what happened to our dinosaur? I'm having a bit of a...
Didn't he save our life and then bugger off?
I can't remember.
You left Spike. You introduced Spike to another dinosaur. If you remember, there was a dinosaur that was angry at you.
Yes.
You calmed it down, introduced it to Spike, and you left the two of them sitting romantically together in Kibway.
Oh, they started making love, didn't they?
Yeah, you said. I mean,
when Fulton came back, he found them making love, didn't he?
He found them just snuggled up to each other. So Spike got a happy ending, as almost no one in this show does. Spike was like hot pie in Game of Thrones. He got a happy ending and got out of the narrative.
Very nice.
So you're going to go back to the show, go back to Kibway and mess up Spike's life?
Yeah, we're going to go back.
Yeah.
We're going to kill his
We'll
kill
just
his new
find
bride.
something along the way.
Yeah, we'll find something else to ride. Yeah.
Okay. So you pack up you pack up all your new things. You say your farewells to the gnomes.
Au revoir, au revoir, au revoir.
Au revoir, gnomes.
They stand waving to you, and then return back to their solemn contemplation of how poorly their lot in life has gone. And you travel onwards. So you travel away. You head east now, and you travel away from the lake, and rejoin the trade road after a little while. And it starts to become familiar after a little while of walking. You pass the fruit groves, where you met Ollie Tabuga / Ollie Tabuja / Ollie Turdburger and Fulton. That is still one of the funniest things Drummond has ever heard, and he came up with it himself.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Candace, for that name.
Yeah,
you pass. And the place where Fulton pretended to be a mud monster. And after a while, you come upon a rope bridge crossing a ravine, and with very low kind of hanging foliage around it. The place where you fought the jungle drakes when you first arrived in Mwangi.
Did I turn into an insect?
You did. You turned into some kind of a beetle or something, I think, or a spider.
Amazing.
No, it wouldn't have been a spider, because... Oh, no, it might have been a spider, because then it frightened Fulton. I don't know what it was. Listen to the episode, Angeline. Listen to the episode and tweet us. Episode 132. I know that because it was the first episode of The Slithering. You find the drakes aren't still there, although as you're arriving, you see there is a small... like a kiosk, like a little stall on the side of the road, and there is a tengu behind the counter, just going, roll up, guard travellers, I've got all of the memorabilia that you could want, souvenirs, come and celebrate the heroes of the Expanse.
Hello, mate. All right.
Oh, all right, mate. What are you grateful for?
Do you know what? I'm grateful today that I am alive and I've got loads of money. What are you grateful for?
Oh, that's a great idea. I'm grateful that I've got a line of business that will never see me run out of money.
Now, is this something to do with the heroes of Kibway, is it?
It is. Look at all this memorabilia of the hero of Kibway.
And what have we got on?
What's there?
He shows laid out. There are necklaces, lots of necklaces that have got little claws on them. That are labelled with genuine Drake claws. You can see there's a whole little box full of something labelled as frozen magic, full of little glass beads. There's hanging up strips of something labelled bush pocket meat, and there are just robes with heroes of Kibway stitched on them, just slightly wonkily.
No pictures of the faces or anything like that.
No pictures. No pictures of the faces.
Excuse me, do you have a license to sell that meat, sir?
This is my very own variety of the pocket meat produced by one of the heroes of Kibway. This is bush pocket meat.
Do you have the license to sell that?
The only license I have is my sheer and unending love and gratitude to the heroes of Kibway for all of the good that they've done for us.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to stop selling that specific item, as the meat of the pocket variety has been copyrighted. I work for the copyright infringement officers.
Oh, this is not strictly speaking pocket meat.
That's what it says on there.
The pocket's only a branding. It's actually bush meat.
So then you need to take the pocket side of that out of the name, please, sir.
What if I put it in inverted commas?
Nope. Are we going to have trouble here, sir?
Technically, legally, I think he does get round it by putting inverted commas on it, to be honest.
Oh, all right. Well, you could put it in inverted commas then.
You could spell pocket meat slightly differently, if you like, mate. If you could,
Bubba, what are you doing?
I'm just, I'm feeling like we should give him a break. He looks like he's down on his luck, to be honest.
I mean, to be fair,
it seems fine to me. Just call it pock hat meat, and let's move on.
Yeah, pock it. You could pock it as opposed to pock.
What about meat? What about POCK''T? So like pocket. Like, give it a bit of a trendy swing to it.
Oh, I like that.
Since when did you all become experts in fucking pocket meat?
Listen, we've been hanging around you too long, mate. We know all about it.
I know, sadly. I've got more experience with pocket meat than I'd ever want.
We've actually all got our own brands sitting under our armpits right now. We're brewing our own brands of pocket meat. So
what?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got crack meat myself. Yeah. I find it just gets the tenders.
All right, well...
It's all right. You just don't want to ask where I keep the bush meat. He takes the sign down and I'll just change this using my friendly, kindly claws.
What did you just say?
That's how kindly. I've got kindly claws.
You were about to say friendly claws when you.
Talons.
I've always considered them to be very friendly, but I was not expecting the heroes of Kibway to be so litigious.
Bubba grabs him by the neck.
You know that we are there.
Bubba grabs him by the neck. Right, grabs him by the scruff of his clothes and puts his talons up in his beak. Goes, are they friendlier than these? Are they? Are they friendlier?
No, you've got the friendliest talons. You've got the friendliest talons.
If you sell any more pocket meat, I'm going to claw your fucking eyes out. And he throws him back.
Jesus.
And then he just wanders off going, I'm on the edge all the time.
We're the heroes of Kibway.
The Tengu starts hurriedly packing away his pocket meat.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Can I have it?
Oh, it's 1 copper a strip.
I'll give you a gold piece.
You give him a gold piece. He looks at it like it's more money than he's ever seen in his life.
Stuff it into my backpack.
You shove it in your bag.
I'll try it one bit though, in front of him.
You better go. It's not the same.
Yeah. You need more brewing.
Oh, brewing.
Jesus.
Bubba walks
see you
back
later.
over and sort of brushes the Tengu down a bit and just goes, look, I'm really sorry, yeah? I've just had a bit of a few months, all right? Things have been trying to kill me every which way round the corner. Look, it's all right. You can call them friendly claws. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Say it. Go on. Say you got friendly claws. Say it.
He looks really nervous. It's like,
say it. Just say it. Just say it.
I've got friendly claws.
See? That wasn't hard, was it?
Oh, thank you. I promise you I'll write a song all about this on my banjolele.
Bubba kind of twitches a bit and then just takes out another gold piece and puts it in his top pocket and just pokes his claw into his chest. There you go, mate. And then turns around to walk off. Bubba's feeling a bit weird at the moment, man.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have any horses?
I didn't stock any, for the heroes of Kibwe were always famously horseless.
Yeah, we are. Fucking hell. Okay, don't worry. We carry on. Bye.
I think Shania's been is there stuff happening? Is there more than just this guy, or is it just this guy in the middle of nowhere?
It's just this.
It's just this guy. It's not a market.
He doesn't have a lot of customers.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool. Shania's trotting on then.
Okay.
Velda would like to buy a Heroes of Kibwe robe.
You buy a Heroes of Kibwe robe.
How much is it? In fact, don't tell me. Here's a gold piece. There we go.
Oh my lord!
There we are. You keep doing the good work. You know, I like this. Yeah, it's nice.
You take the robe and put it in a branded bag and
I'll slide it into my sort of haversack.
Where were you going in this fine day then, you said?
I'm
very nervous, for I've just been given a large amount of gold and I'm starting to believe that I might be actually talking to the real heroes of Kibwe.
No, you're not. Don't worry.
Oh,
don't worry.
God, I thought you were someone important.
Yes, you're definitely not speaking to Velda Cairnblight, Shania Rain, and Fulton Battlestone, and Bubba Von Hoops. Definitely not.
Oh, thank goodness.
That would be strange, wouldn't
nervous.
it? Yes,
I know.
We're just trying to track some friends. They went ahead.
Well, not friends. Have you seen a strange party? Actually, you'd probably be dead if you'd seen them go past. But a sort of bear and a skeleton,
a dog,
and a horrock being probably tied up and swearing.
Well, now you say it. Now that since you bought something, I did hear something the other night as I was resting. I was resting over there in my house. What is not a nest? He points at a tree house, just a little way down.
No, of course not.
I was fast asleep, you see, and I heard this terrible rumbling. The whole ground was shaking. I looked out the window and I saw the trees being knocked sideways by some enormous giant as it strode with such long steps it took a step clean over the ravine. It did. Kept on going out east. Terribly afraid I was.
East, eh?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's the way we are heading, yeah?
Yes,
heading for the mountains it was.
Right. Didn't you say that Basco was travelling on a giant or something?
Yep. This is for sure, yeah. So we are going in the right direction. I'm surprised that we cannot find more. If there's a giant, surely we can see the tracks of his. He's a big guy, right? Must make quite the imprint.
Well, we're on the road. They're using the jungle, I think.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, if they've got a giant that can literally push over trees, then yes, probably are.
In the jungle.
In the jungle.
In the jungle. In the jungle.
In the jungle.
In the jungle. It's rough in the jungle.
Oh, I've heard that.
Yes.
So Dan, the area that he said, is it going along are they along the road, like where they're going, or is it veering off somewhere else?
No, the directions he's giving you seem to be the same directions you're heading towards the mountains. whether it was sort of directly following the road or not, you're not sure. But you could, if you want, you could take some time and search the area a little bit, sort of search the jungle around the road, see if you can find any more clues around that. You can always do a bit of that if you want to.
Yeah, let's have a little search around. Why not?
Okay, give me a little survival to search the area.
Man, shit, I only got 12.
I'll try.
Oh god, I think I've got nothing. I'll roll anyway. Why not?
29.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. I literally couldn't even get that high. So yeah.
Fulton, a little way away from the house, you find another one of the circles where it looks like the vegetation has been flattened down.
I think I found its footprint or something over there.
Footprint? I mean, this is huge. How big is it, Dan, in dimensions?
So the footprint is probably...
Dan slipped up there. It's a footprint, eh?
Where it's a footprint.
Bonus knowledge, everybody. And that is where we'll leave it tonight.
Damn you!
About 10 foot across.
Okay, so it's... Yeah. I think it's a footprint.
I mean, it's fucking huge.
So
let's be honest, it's for a footprint.
If they're like walking or riding with this thing, they must be going very fast, right?
Yeah, I mean, we are going to struggle to catch up with them if they are traveling on the back of this giant. But, I mean, oh, God.
And travelling over
we better just...
lakes and things quite quickly as well.
Well, we gotta just keep going.
We need to find some kind of transport. Excuse me, sir, do you know where the closest place that we might get some kind of transport from?
Well, if you can make it over the mountains, then there's some trade camps on the other side. You might be able to, you could probably buy yourself some camels from there. You'll need them if you're going to get across the wasteland.
Yeah, of course.
The wasteland, yes.
How far away from the mountain do you think we are? I'd like, Dan, could I estimate that? Where you look?
If you really hustle, you reckon you could probably make it to the mountains tomorrow.
Okay. We need to get to the mountains. Let's go.
To the mountains.
Wait, as well, do we have any way of contacting those leek tree things? Because they carry us across the desert for a bit.
They did. You do know where their grove was, but you also know that they do move around. So whether they are still at the oasis, you're not sure.
Shit.
Damn.
You're supposed to be king of them, Fulton.
I know.
No use, are you? You're no use as king. Revolution.
Oh, no. What's your name, by the way? Didn't ask you.
Felder.
My name is Bird.
Oh, just Bird?
Bird.
Your name is
not Bird.
Birds.
I'm not a fucking bird.
He points at Fulton.
I'm not a fucking bird. My
Nope.
name is Bird.
Oh,
With it. Say it right.
Bird.
No. Bird.
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 Getting insulted now. Getting proper insulted right now.
Yeah.
Alright, well.
You're getting insulted, are you? You're getting insulted, are you?
People saying bird all the time.
Listen, mate. Have you been studying the Danger Club? Have you been studying the Heroes of Kidway a lot?
Oh yeah. I've been studying since I was a chick.
Do you idolise yourself on the Heroes of Kidway or something?
Yeah, my absolute heroes they are.
How old are you?
I'm 13. I'm not. I'm only 12. But I like to tell people I'm 13 because that's what the heroes of Kidway say. That's their catchphrase.
We've got to go.
When they charge in a battle, they're all going.
I just
13.
push Bubba on.
All right, Bird. See you later. Shania,
See you later, random nobodies.
Felder away.
Leave it, Bubba. Leave it.
Kill
leave
that
it.
fucking guy.
Yeah, I know you were. It's okay, Bubba. It's okay.
Oh, what's going on? I've never felt this rage. Not in a long time.
Maybe it's just, the situation we're in at the moment. It's okay.
I just feel so
it's good to have rage.
So powerful and rageful all the time at the moment.
It's good. Use that rage. Use the rage.
Rage.
So you cross the bridge and you travel on for the rest of the day and then make your camp. It's starting for the first time as you're going up. So you're starting to get close to the mountains, and the elevation is getting higher. It is just starting to get a little bit cooler, finally. Like that real thick heat that has been with you for the entire time that you've been in the Amaranga Expanse. It's starting to abate a little bit. Fulton is still covered in insects, but that's something. You're not quite out of that yet. But you have a sleep. I'm imagining you're a fairly short rest. As all you need to kind of get yourself rested, get your spells re-prepared, and then first light, you're back up and traveling again. And after a morning of walking, you start to hear voices ahead, and you hear the sound of stone moving, and the sound of lots of people, lots of high-pitched voices ahead, all sort of shouting and yelling to each other.
High-pitched voices.
Move on! Come on! Revisit, let's get this done!
Can we see them? Can we see any of them?
You'd have to go a bit further up the road.
Sounds like goblins.
Sounds like a goblin. Yeah. What you said.
Yeah, goblins.
Goblins.
Can I use a... What would it be to try and identify what they are? Could I use
society?
Society, yes.
They are humanoid. You want a society?
Try a society check to work out what they are from their voices and their curious patois. It's a good roll. That would be 31.
Sounds like goblins.
Yes, goblins.
That's what me and Fulton just said.
Definitely goblins. Yes. But I say it with the assurance of an academic. Whereas you're just you're just guessing.
Okay,
yeah, but the guess was right.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and they probably maybe can help. Like, they're not so bad, are they, goblins? They're okay. I mean, we've met some nice goblins.
Yeah, some goblins are great.
Captain Gambo was a goblin.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah. He's
let's not bring him back into this. No.
Shania keeps walking towards them.
Oh, okay. We follow on.
I think yes. As long as we show, we're not harmful, we should be all right.
You follow on, and as you kind of come up out of the jungle and round a corner, you crest around a large boulder, and you find the main pass that leads back over to Nex. It looks like there has been a landslide. A huge section of the mountain has come down across the pass. You can see there are about 20 goblins standing around. They are wearing like overalls and hard hats, and they are in the process of rigging up some pulleys and things around some of the rocks, while one of them stands on a rock and shouts instructions across to him.
Over there, move it! Just put the thing over the thing and then there's
A rope snaps and a goblin goes flying through the air. Ah! He shrugs.
Shania goes up to the one that's shouting directions at people. Says, "Hello, can we help at all? Is there something we can do to help?"
He turns around and goes over to a big sign saying "Days since last accident." Takes down a big sign that says 0, looks at it, and then puts it back up again. Goes,
can't get the people around here.
Well, perhaps
you need any help?
We can help, yeah? What are you trying to achieve? Trying to move the stuff?
We work for the Nexian Board of Trade. It's our job to try and maintain the roads, keep the passes going. But then something like this disaster happens here. Oh, yoy. What am I supposed to do about something like this? I don't get the budget to deal with this kind of thing.
What happened?
I don't know. Whatever came through here, it was big. And it seems to have... You look around, there's almost like... looking at the side, there's almost like these scorch marks or things. You ask me? Someone wanted to bring this whole thing down. It's going to delay trade by months.
Right.
Okay.
So there's no way up this way round.
It takes out a small metal lunchbox and puts it on the thing and just opens it. He goes,
"What do you want me to do? What do you want me to tell you? You want me to wave a magic wand? I ain't got a magic wand. I have got a magic wand, actually. He takes a magic wand out and he goes, it's a wand of unlocking. And he taps it on the lunchbox and the lunchbox springs open.
How much for the one? How much for that?
Yeah, he's like, you can't have, this is my mother's wand.
I'll
My
give
mother
you
needs to
10
use it to
gold.
unlock her house.
10 gold pieces.
Hold on, let me just lock my lunchbox again, and then maybe we got a deal. He closes it and taps the thing to lock his lunchbox again. It overloads the wand, and the wand explodes. No, shit! No!
Oh, well, no sale.
Does that mean you can't get back into your lunchbox?
Ah, my sandwiches are in there.
I got some bush pocket meat if you want some.
I've also got some thieves' tools. I might be able to break into your lunchbox if you can tell us the quickest way round.
That's pretty helpful. You guys seem pretty helpful.
We're a helpful bunch.
Yes.
Okay, I'll tell you what. That's an official side quest. You get me into my lunchbox, I'll tell you how to get through the mountains.
All right, so I'm going to make a thievery check. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's 30.
30,
Yeah.
you put your friendly claws into the lunchbox, you fiddle around, there's a click. You open up the lunchbox. There is a sandwich inside with a live frog in it. The sandwich immediately leaps from the lunchbox and starts trying to hop away. The goblin leaps over and just pounces on it and just holds it with his hands. Not so fast, little sandwich!
No wonder you locked your box.
Right?
Yeah.
This guy's gonna get out of here if you're not careful.
Mad as a box of frogs, that is.
Hey.
He starts drooling at the thought of an entire box of frogs.
So you are going to show us or tell us which way that we can go.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. There's no easy way to Next right now. The only way that I know of to get there is through the deep roads.
Deep roads.
Yeah. They're left over from when the Umberki dwarves, they come up through the, did somebody say me? Not you, Becky. He says to one of the dwarf. The Umberki. They come up through the mountains. They're trying to do this crazy thing the dwarfs do called the quest for sky, where they're like, we want the sky. So they dig up and up and up and up, and they try to find the sky. Dwarves, man, they're crazy, right? Why you guys do that?
The same reason we make the day hole and the night hole. To find out what the thing is.
What the time is.
I do love the non-specific customs of the dwarves. So good.
Anyway, Becky, they did the digging. They dig until they come out through the mountains and they find the sky, but they don't know what the sky is because they're like, what is the sky? Even though we're digging for the sky. So they just keep digging, and they dig through the sky, and then they dig up to the top of the sky until they get to the elemental world. They dig out of the reality. It's crazy. Anyway, you don't need to know. I'm kind of a scholar about dwarven history. It's kind of a specialist subject, and I don't get to talk about it a lot with the goblin work crew because these guys, right? These guys, they don't want to talk about... They want to only talk about, like, goblin boobs. And I'm like, guys, can we, like, raise the level of the conversation a bit? I want to talk about culture. I'm real glad
they
you
just
guys
want to
came
talk
by.
about boobs.
No, goblin boobs.
Okay,
Only
so
goblin boobs.
I don't want to hear nothing about no more boobs, okay? But you are saying we have to use, what's it called, the low roads or something?
Hey,
so are they through the mountain, or how do we use
you and me both, lady. I don't want to hear nothing about no boobs either. I'm like...
Then stop talking about them! Show me where the roads are.
Schneider's like running the idiot hurdles at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just like, okay. So anyway, these dwarves, right, when they dug up, they left the tunnels behind. The whole mountains is riddled with tunnels. Nobody's used them in centuries, as far as I know. The people don't really go through those, but there's still a way through. But like, there's still a way through them. I think they do come out on the other side of the mountain. if you can find your way through, but I wouldn't do that. It's pretty dangerous. If I were you... What?
I was just going to say, if only I had a cousin Berlin who could show us a royal welcome in those caves.
Do you?
No, they're dead.
Well, so was Berlin.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
So you said there was another way round. There's those tunnels that you said we probably shouldn't go through, but we're probably going to go through.
They're real dangerous.
And where's the other way? How long is that going to take if we go the other way?
The other way is you get you go stay in a motel round the corner from here, and you just wait it out while me and the boys get this pass clear. We should have it clear by... There's an explosion behind him, and he kind of looks over, and a goblin just lands somewhere a little way off. It's like, yeah, we should have it clear by, the spring.
Imagine we just decided to stay in the hotel.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of that then.
Yeah. and then we have to role play like being in the hotel for 3 months or something.
Games and games.
The Shining, basically.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good to know. Thank you. Here's a gold piece.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Is everyone turning into Fulton again?
Yeah, I shouldn't do this because I'll end up with no gold, and I've seen someone do this and end up with no gold themselves. So,
that's me.
That was you, yeah.
Not anymore, though.
Wow. What's the moral of that story?
Don't spend your money unwisely. Otherwise, you'll cost people their lies, running into the stacks and all dying.
Wow, that's a real specific kind of folktale there. I will cancel all of my charitable giving at once.
Yeah, only give to those who need it.
Good luck getting blankets now, little gnome children.
Okay, well, what's your name, by the way?
My name is Fist Munch.
Okay, well, nice to meet you, Fist Munch.
It's great to meet you as well, guys. Hey, you want to stick around and talk about like culture and stuff?
No, busy, very, very busy. Okay.
Yeah, we got to go. Really? Yeah, we got to schlep off.
But just on that, the rest of you workers, you need to respect Fist Munch's culture's talk. All right, stop talking about goblin boobs. There is more to life than goblin boobs.
One of them turns around and goes, I respect a pair of goblin boobs.
Well, I tried. Anyway.
See what I have to deal with?
Yes. You probably should find another job.
I shouldn't have dropped out of goblin school.
It sounds like you were doing quite well.
I was, except goblin school is mostly like they try to kill you with fire, and if you make it out, then you get a diploma.
Wow.
It's actually not very educational.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, anyway, Fist Munch, it's nice to see you.
It's lovely to see you. It's great to meet all of you. You have a great time in the motel.
Take care, Fist Munch.
Yeah.
Bye. You tell him Fist Munch sent you. You get a discount at the bar.
How much?
It's like 30%, but you have to like order only the house cocktails.
All right.
That's very specific.
Yeah, they drive a hard bargain, and I'm real bad at negotiating.
So where are we going?
We're going to have to go to these undertunnels, but they're going to be.
That is one possible way. Or I fear. Sorry, can we hold on? Just pause for a second.
Sure.
There was an item that I saw, which was a magical spade, right?
Right.
Which digs by itself. If we used that, could we dig through this? You think?
I gotta dig through this. A magical. What's it called? Is it called a magical spade?
I can't remember.
I wouldn't. Just on its description. I mean, a spade isn't normally used for shifting boulders.
Oh yeah,
through stones and stuff.
Boulders, isn't it?
There's rocks and stuff.
This sounds like the whole mountains kind of half the mountains falling down. We're not going to be able to shift this. Okay. I think we have to either go round, which is going to take us years, or we have to go through the tunnels.
I feel like we're being railroaded towards the tunnel.
I mean, we are, yeah. Or we just fuck with Dan and we just stay in that hotel for a few months.
Yeah, and I want every single day role played. I'm literally playing ping pong, sitting around the pool, drinking the cocktails.
Yeah, loads of stuff.
I mean, I'd love to do that.
Broke.
Except that roleplay wise, Shania's not going to be able to do it. Sorry.
No, that's the what if episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Danger vacation.
Okay, so I guess we go through the tunnels.
You should be right at home, Fulton.
Yeah. You'll be able to see the dwarven craftsmanship. You'll see
the craftsmanship.
He's been showing this the whole time.
I've already seen your craftsmanship, frankly, and it sickened me to my very core.
You'll see the day hole. You'll see the night hole. You'll see the bum towel. Eh? You'll see all those.
Maybe an old school where you sit around singing your dwarven learning songs.
Yeah. Well, boys, don't worry. You've got a dwarf with you who knows tunnels like the back of his hand.
But not these tunnels.
Nope.
Splendid, I'm in.
So you make your way. You make your way around. You follow the instructions that Fistmunch gives you. It gives you some directions, and you follow. You kind of break off the trail and make your way through the foothills of the mountains for a little while. Give me some survival checks to see how good you are at finding your way, following these instructions out in the wilderness.
Natural 20.
Nice. Again, I'm not going to bother rolling survival.
Oh shit! Natural 20 as well.
Hey.
32.
Scott is never going to believe how well you rolled on tracking checks without him.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make your way. You find your way through the foothills until you reach a sort of an azure blue lake, and pushing aside some foliage, you find a cave. You find quite a few caves, and you sort of check each of them. But there's something about Shania and Fulton as people who once lived underground. There's something about the smell of this cave that makes you know that this tunnel goes back a long way. And a long way down.
This is the tunnel we need to go down.
Yeah, I agree. You are correct indeed. Let's go.
It seems a bit ominous. I'm not going to lie.
Aye, there could be many creatures inside. Cave trolls.
Some of my own people, in fact, could be. But this is the only way that we can go. And you're going to have to trust that me and Fulton, we know of caves, and this is the way we go.
I'm not scared of a cave. I'm not scared of the darkness. I cast dark vision.
Shania gives him a very sharp look and says, okay, and then heads in.
Walk into the darkness. Bubba casts dark vision and follows. Fulton follows on after. Velda, have you got low light or dark vision?
I have. I was just thinking that.
Haven't you got a spell that's like light or something as well?
I have got light, yeah, so I cast light.
Okay, you cast light.
I stick it on the end of my spear staff and
your fingers, your big finger
literally staff. On the sort of finger, and then I
the big glowing finger. So you make your way into the cave, and sure enough, after a little while, you walk through the back of the cave, and the cave starts to go down. You reach a section where a rock has fallen down, and there's only a very sort of narrow gap, and you have to really crawl and squeeze to get through it, which is easy for most of you. Fulton, Fulton, it's a bit of a squeeze to get through. You're probably the widest of everybody, even though you're a little shorter. So it's a real tight gap. Squeezing through there, but but you are kind of used to it. And you're aware that you all haven't been underground in a while. You haven't been deep underground since, I guess, Kermaga, probably the last time that you were underground for any large amount of time. Oh, maybe you went to Yanderhof. Yanderhof. That was pretty. That was pretty far down. That was underground as well.
This will be Bubba's first time, probably.
Yeah. How does Bubs feel about that? Feel about being away from the sky?
Yeah, Bubba's pretty anxious, actually. I think he's got one hand in his pocket just stroking 2 shards.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
That sounds like a euphemism.
It does, really. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I knew you were going to be the first person to come in as well.
I mean, I wasn't going to leap on it, but yeah. He's just stroking his shards, mate.
Stroking his shards.
A bit of pocket shard business.
And you make your way through the dark tunnels, creeping past stalactites and stalagmites, and you travel for about an hour further going deeper and deeper underground with each step, and you can see that some of this tunnel is worked. Like, there's a lot of it is natural caves, and you go through a lot of natural caves that seem to be linked, but there is a solid path that has been cleared through it, although it does not appear to have been trodden in a long, long time. But you reckon that at some point somebody did dig through here. And Fulton, you recognise dwarven craftsmanship about it. You know that a dwarf cut these steps. You're making fairly good headway. When how are you travelling through here? How are you travelling?
You mean like what order?
No, as in like what
stealthy or
what approach? Yeah, what sort of approach are you taking to it? If you're normally in Pathfinder, you might say kind of we'd call it an exploration activity. But like, how are you approaching this? Are you just hustling as fast as you can? Are you being cautious?
I think we're trying to move as fast as we can. But you know, but without drawing attention to ourselves and weapons in hand.
I would say steady but careful. Like, so making good progress, but keeping our wits about us and carefully doing it.
And I mean, I'm assuming that Fulton's at the front, and I'm behind him.
Okay.
And then the other 2.
Oh, really? Okay. So we're leaving the back open to the squishies?
Sort of.
Wow.
I mean,
well, we could
just because, like,
Philippe.
I hate to say it,
Philippe's probably at the back. Philippe's at the back.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Philippe's.
I will never forget about Philippe. Anyway, there's only 4 of us, so
So Philippe's bringing up the rear. Okay.
Yeah.
Philippe comes wandering over because he's covered in Danger Club merchandise. Makes you worry about what happened to the Tengu.
Velda feels much better having Philippe at the back.
Yes.
That makes him happy.
And this, it's hard to tell. It's very quiet down here, but occasionally you hear sort of a drip of water somewhere, and your own footsteps seem to echo off the walls to make it seem like every now and then you stop and just look round behind you, thinking maybe there was somebody back there, and then thinking maybe it was your own footsteps as the sound just kind of bounces off the different walls. Let's get some perception checks as you walk.
Mine's only 14.
Oh, that's not great. Yeah, mine's 18.
18, 14. They're not huge rolls.
Great.
25.
Oh!
Now 25.
Natural 20, 36.
Oh, hey, there you go.
20.
He is one with the mountain.
My path builder's liking me today. That's good.
You so you hop down a low drop. There's kind of a bit where you have to kind of scramble down into a lower area. And as the last of you comes down, Philippe climbs down behind you. Fulton, you go to lead everyone away, and just you smell something. And at the same time, Shania, you kind of reach out and stop Fulton as you smell something strange as well. Something kind of, it's like almost a slightly acidic-y, acrid kind of smell. And you look down, the two of you. You look round and you see that the floor around the area you've just dropped into is carpeted with sickly-looking yellow fungus. which is letting off just some faint puffs of spores just from the faintest movements of all of you stepping next to it. The spores kind of settle, and you look around and you see that they are around the feet of all of you as you stand in this low stone bowl. And that is where we will leave it for tonight.
Oh, I'm going deeper underground.
I know, I took it in. I tell you what, there's not going to be much room for error here.
Good afternoon, my name is Robert Sloptroff, and I played Slime Mold number 2 in episode 144 of the Danger Club podcast, named Mildew Good Men. My line was actually cut from the final edit of that podcast, but the producers of the show have been very kind and said that if I did a Dangerling of the week, I could finally have the line that I've been wanting to hear for so long. So, very well, this week's Dangerling of the week is Davisaurus. Davisaurus, thank you extremely. You have helped make this show possible this week. You are a wonderful, wonderful individual. And if you would like to be like Davisaurus, you simply need to go to patreon.com/Danger Club Podcast and subscribe to the Patreon there. There's an option to become the Dangerling of the week. And now, after that, I finally present my pièce de résistance, the line I've been wanting to say since episode 144. Here we go.